Hey folks, it's Maxie here, and welcome to another TEW2020 video on our WWF save. Join us, the large event at the end of September, as we get ever closer to WrestleMania. This particular show has to try and surpass the 71 that we got last time. We should surpass the 43,000 sellout that was in attendance last year. We are looking to get about 56,000 according to the game, and we are missing quite a few talents tonight: Bob Backlund, Dusty Rhodes and Gary Hart. Now what I'm aiming to start doing over the next couple of videos is start putting preparations in place to make sure we have the single greatest card at WrestleMania that we possibly can, and just slowly put that into motion. But apart from that, there's a few title matches tonight. I'm quite confident it can hopefully score a good rating as we continue to try and grow the World Wrestling Federation. So as always, thank you very much for tuning in, it's much appreciated. If you want to get social, you know what to do. Happy to reply back to anybody, you know that by now. More than happy to have a discussion on TW or just wrestling in general. Let me know how your saves are going. Honestly, it's always good. You can sometimes get a wee booking idea off a discussion with someone. Now if you want to buy the game, if you like what you see, or you want to get a demo of it, check the description below, as well as a place to get most of the mods, because some are on twdb.com as well, and a good place to view some of the best content creators out there, whether they are verbal or whether they are written. Which is quite unique about this. We do have a lot of extremely talented guys and girls out there who write about the game. And if I could write angles, no bother. Writing matches is a different story, so kudos to them, because it is a skill I certainly don't have. My psychology stat would be a spanking 0. So, without me putting myself down any further with my lack of talent, let's crack on with today's show and hopefully, as I say, have a very, very good rating. There's your wee sneak peek of what is about to occur tonight. Let's see how it goes down. 141 minutes, 13 segments. Here we go. 55,000 sellout at the New York Yankee Stadium. It's our home hub. It's our place that we get a marquee amount of people. So delighted with that. We start the show with Ric Flair and Bruiser Brody trading mods in the ring. Sports entertainment style, just as Vince McMahon would like. And what we're looking for here is basically building up tonight's main event. Ric Flair's getting his opportunity to win the World Wrestling Federation Championship from Bruiser Brody. So they discuss his chances. It's a 71, gets the show off to a strong start, and gets the crowd hotter. Our opening contest had great heat and decent wrestling, and we had Don Morocco defeat Dean Malenko in 11:35 by pinfall with a tombstone pile driver after interference from the Grand Wizard of Wrestling. Now this garnered a 67 rating, a 77 for Don Morocco, a 50 for Dean Malenko. It got the crowd buzzing as well. The plan was to give Malenko the victory, but Don Morocco just seems to be getting really over. I don't think I've ever had him win a match. If so, he's maybe won like 2 or 3. But yeah, there was too much of a difference in overness, or in popularity I should say, and he was going to be furious even if I protected him. And I felt like, well, we could protect Dean Malenko, we give him a good opportunity in a big showcase match, and Don Morocco gains some momentum and is happy. So we went with that, and it gives us a very over heel effectively that can play fodder to up and comers. We then had the promo with Jerry Lawler. He's talking about his match coming up with Ollie Anderson. That was a 79. And their matchup was okay. It got the crowd hotter again. A 76 here. And about the had fantastic heat and great wrestling. Lawler goes over Anderson in 9:42 with a pile driver. So just keeping his momentum going. Win after win after win for Jerry Lawler. As hopefully one day he will go on to bigger things within the WWF. Next up, the King of the Ring is, well, basically bragging, as he always does, It's Gino Hernandez on a great run of victories, and he says tonight is going to be another victory for King Gino. And he sticks to his word in a very good match up there. Fantastic heat and great wrestling as Gino Hernandez defeats Tommy Rich in 15-18 after using a foreign object to get the cheap victory. A 76 here for Gino, just a wee bit lower than Tommy Rich in terms of performance, but perfect win there for Gino. No doubt he'll be bragging about that. Next up, we had a bout again that had fantastic heat, maybe showing how strong our roster is. In good wrestling, as Andre the Giant defeated Dutch Mantel in 9:37 with a body slam. A 79 here, this was our storytelling match of the evening. Andre with an 86 to Dutch Mantel's 54. You can see their storytelling matchup. After the matchup, the Bounty Hunters. So Dutch Mantel's partner David Schultz comes to the rescue, and it's a 2-on-1 assault on Andre the Giant. So trying to get some heat to the heel team. 56 rated. We then moved on to the WWF World Tag Team Championships, and it was a bout that had good heat and decent wrestling. And we had the Road Warriors defeat the Koloffs in 12-17. When Ivan Koloff was disqualified when fighting Road Warrior Hawk. The Road Warriors made the 12th defence of the WWE title, or tag team titles. I felt like this was the best way to go because it gives Nikita Koloff a massive spotlight. Obviously he's not going to go over at this point in time, but they've got the heat from previous attacks, they've got the big match, and it just means down the line they'll seek to strike. But a 76, and I'll be interested to see Nikita's changing overness coming out of this event. Usual promo from the Hulkster as he's going to challenge for the Intercontinental Championship against Larry Zbyszko. That was in 84. And their match was one of the best we've had in the save. An exceptional matchup. Hulk Hogan does defeat Larry Zbyszko and it's 17:56 by count out. These two put together in 94. Do I make this the main event of WrestleMania with a rating like that? But fantastic work. Obviously, I don't want to put the IC title on Hulk Hogan, but yeah, if the title can have that type of segment rating with it, then that's only going to be a positive for that. Shame it's not our main event because that would have been a fantastic score going forward. Ric Flair's promo was just a 67. He's not as over as we'd like in the tri-state region, but hopefully we'll get him there. He had the crowd in the palm of his hand for the entire time. Also benefits from a hot catchphrase in the 67 rated promo. And the main event for the World Wrestling Federation Championship. An 87. As we had an exceptional matchup that saw Ric Flair defeat Bruiser Brody in 22:41 by submission. Ric Flair is the new World Heavyweight Champion. So an 87. 80 performance, played an 81, and overall, if we just go to finish show, we had an 86, which increased our popularity in 11 regions. If I can quickly speak on the title change, now because of how the backstage area is, Bruiser Brody's one that always seems to cause problems. I'm constantly having to give him $100,000 a month pretty much to keep him happy, and I felt like I can't have someone like that walk out as world champion. So Flair gets the championship belt. I've got an idea of 2 matches that are in my head going to happen at WrestleMania. I just need to make sure I have the card and the wrestlers available, and that will happen. So we'll jump into the main screen. We'll have a look at how we've done size wise. We'll have a look at Nikita Koloff's popularity, and a wee quick look at the financial side as well. Anything here that affects us? The Big Show, not Paul White, seems to have really been good. Excellent, and struck gold with the show. Blue Panther with an injury. New Japan sees Jerry Briscoe become the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion. Dory Funk Jr. is gone from the CWF. Sherry Martel isn't smart enough, says Andre the Giant, and Terry Funk agrees with her. Don Morocco would like to get some victories. He just had a victory. and we had 536,000 fans viewing the show, which was a buy rate of 1.07. All good. Perfect with that. There's like a wee text there. So size wise, as I say, big is so close. In fact, the only place that is not where we need it to be is the southeast, which is at 76. So the gains for that have been tremendous. Everywhere else, 78 across the board for the places. New England 77. So hopefully we either can get there before the next video, which will be the next large event with some good Raws, or the next show is the one that gets us to big. We won't go Titanic here. That's real reason why. Financially, the company is 18 million, but as I say, like last month, only 1.3 million profit. Once you add in your miscellaneous and your tax, I believe will be about the same this time, because a lot of the figures are quite close to last time. Merchandise is a good bit up. Ticket sales are approximately just a wee bit down. Pay-per-view revenue is a wee bit up. So I think we'll probably see ourselves probably at the same kind of profit as well. Although to be fair, there are probably workers that I'll have to give money to keep them happy, of course. And the Kita Koloff, just a wee idea to see how that went down. 22-21. I don't think he really gained. I know he didn't win, but there was still the exposure. So 4-5 in some places in overness is okay. It's a slow gain, but it just means we'll need to use the Koloffs a lot more often on Monday Night Raw. So going forward, of course, October, November, December shows, and those will be the 4th week of each particular month before we then head on our road. So this will basically, we will delete the March event, we'll create WrestleMania up from scratch. As you can see, the places that I've bought, because we bought over the former, the former WCW, or the previous version of it, hence why we have all of those events. So I'm going to go and reply back to that. Thanks very much for watching, it's much appreciated. As I say, if you enjoy what we do here, the sub button just allows basically all these videos to drop into your inbox. I'm someone that's on YouTube quite a lot, watch a lot of things, and it is the most handy thing possible because I tend to fall behind in a lot of videos, and I'm assuming a lot of people do here with the amount of videos that I make. So it's pretty handy for the old I'm going to binge watch, because I am quite the keen YouTube binge watcher. Not bin watcher, binge watcher. So I had to clear that up there. But most importantly, thank you very much for tuning in. You say the game is available, you can either buy or you can, of course, try the free demo. And there's plenty of mods from various eras, as you can clearly tell by watching something from 1984. So thanks for watching, stay safe, and hopefully see you for the next episode. Bye bye.